Mm, Baltimore Raven fans, on this very cold day, here about 10 days officially before the Yuletide. So happy holidays to everyone out there in watching on YouTube, on Twitch, on Twitter. Thank you very much for joining us here today for the Ravery Sports Podcast, instant reaction, post game edition, Ravens and the Giants. So that was, as they say, elementary. Not a lot to it today. No chance for the Giants today. 35-14, Ravens over the New York Giants in this one. I thought this was outstanding stuff by the Ravens today. Obviously, excellent performance by Lamar. I think in particular, that's the one thing for sure that sticks out for me. How good Lamar was in this one. Why don't you go away there? There you go. Lamar, I think, was particularly solid in this one here as well. Giants really just aren't an NFL team. That's kind of like more my overarching thought with this as well. Definitely a lot of issues going on right now in New York. So that was just not good at all. But what can we take away from the Ravens in this one? So let's go over a couple housekeeping things. RavenSports.company.site. This is the holidays, so if you definitely want to go ahead and get yourself a Ravens person in your life, Ravens fan, young man or young lady, right? You could go ahead and get them one of our jerseys on the raverysports.company.site. We will go ahead, ship it, send it out to you. Raverysports@gmail.com. If you can't see it on there, you can go ahead and get it. The merchandise I have on the Facebook Marketplace right now, I didn't have that in particular, but definitely on the website, definitely was something you could go ahead and get here as well. So definitely check that out. But everything on the website, definitely we absolutely have, and then we can get for you as well. Hold on a second. All right. So got that. Sorry about that. So definitely that stuff is on the website as well. Genesis Notary Services /Facebook.com. If you live in the Shenandoah Valley area in Winchester, Virginia, definitely we can get you some notary services as well. See Charles Harris. We are LegalShield.com. Legal Shield value is tremendous. Definitely, it's a great feeling to know you pick up the phone. You don't have to pay hundreds of dollars and call an attorney. You could call one right over the phone whenever you have it. Certainly, this time of year, a lot of people are out to lunch in terms of business. Make sure this isn't a time where you want to be slacking on that type of stuff. You want to make sure all your businesses and everything is taken care of, especially if you're looking for a will, collecting money, etc. Legal Shield is the option for you. All right. So let's look at the game today. The Giants' offense was the Ravens' penalties. Like again, I think it was it 10 penalties overall. Maybe somebody's out there could correct me on that, but 10 penalties. That's pretty much Giants, especially their first touchdown drive. That's pretty much all they got. Just all on defense as well. Pass interference, holding, etc. Some of those was just stuff that they didn't even need to do. So that was just the only thing I thought today was really not good for the Ravens, especially on defense. Offensive line, not nearly as many. Stanley did have one, a crucial one, but Stanley did have a crucial hold on the offensive line, but not nearly as many penalties not nearly as many penalties on the offensive line today that we've been seeing. Makari, I think, was clean today. BS, that's just Brandon Stevens, short in there, lacking confidence. He definitely looks flustered a bit out there as well. I thought he had a couple holding calls, one on Malik Neighbors. Neighbors was really the only offense they had today. Tough cover. He had like 10 catches, but some of that stuff was just not tracking the ball. He doesn't track the ball well. He covers well. You don't really shake a Brandon Stevens well, but he doesn't track the ball well at all. So I think that's the biggest problem, I think, with the Brandon Stevens as well, but he definitely looks like he's lacking confidence. The receiver group is fantastic for the Ravens. This might be the best total receiver group the Ravens have ever had. Since the opening year in '96, I think when you had Michael Jackson and they had Derek Alexander, you had outstanding wide receivers, not just the whole passing game. I'm talking about in particular. But Rashad Bateman was terrific today. He had two touchdowns in this one. I thought he was fantastic. In this one, he had 3 catches, 80 yards, 2 TD passes. I thought it was a great catch, I thought, by Nelson Aguilar. I thought happened in this one. Zay Flowers had another solid day. Not a huge day, but I think he had, 70 yards. I mean, he's definitely the guy, the first option that they're looking to as well. I think Flowers had, 6 for 53, not bad. So, and Des Walker had his first NFL catch, first NFL touchdown. Excellent. Getting the feet down in the end zone as well is in this one. So I think they actually had decent offense in this one today. But again, it's the Giants, so we don't know. I will say this, the MV3 campaign is definitely back in full effect. Jackson 5. It's what we keep calling it. We keep seeing it. Jackson 5. It's not Michael and Tito and Jermaine. It is Lamar Jackson throwing 5 TD passes in a game. Once again, 2 to Bateman, 1 to Walker. I think 1 to Justice Hill. I think he's tremendous. I thought he's always been a good decision maker, but we're bordering now on flawless in terms of even the interceptions he's had haven't even been his fault. Like, you could argue that, and even the 3 that he had, one kind of bounced out of this guy's hands. But so this is about as flawless as any quarterback I've ever seen. Here we are now entering the point where we only have 3 more games left, and he only has 3 interceptions total for the year. So shout out to MVP candidate Lamar Jackson. Absolutely. He was absolutely flawless. I think the only thing what I think is going to hold him back from the MVP is going to be the Ravens record. Philadelphia is really good. Saquon Barkley, and I think Philadelphia, Saquon Barkley, and Josh Allen. Now, again, he was MVP worthy, but again, this was a non-opponent today. I think that's the only thing that I could take away from that, but it wasn't much done today by the Giants at all. Ravens defense is getting healthy down the stretch. I think Michael Pierce looked good today. I thought Michael Pierce is going to be, you can kind of see even where they missed him. That's how solid he was. I thought today you had Travis Jones play well. Defensive line, I thought as a whole played well. Again, those penalties is kind of not the thing. They're kind of holding more. But I thought the defense now, it looks for a end of season. They look kind of healthy. That is actually a good thing. So they were last in the league in passing for a while. That has went way down in terms of percentage and everything like that. Kyle Van Noy, David Ajabo had a sack. And this one, Giants playing with a lot of backups, as we know. But a good defense today. They only gave up 14 points. I think a lot of that was on their own penalties, frankly. Like, if they would have even gave up that. Also, good news, Tucker didn't have a field goal, 5 extra points. Good job by Tuck today. Definitely, let's get him a standing ovation when we see him Saturday in Baltimore against the Squealers. Overall, I don't know how much we take away from this one. The Giants are just, I know I'm the Ravens guy here, and I'm supposed to be talking about, I can't not talk about how bad the Giants were. I mean, they were just, this is why, I can tell you this is why I don't, a big fan of in baseball now in an NBA draft lottery, because I don't think it matters much. I don't think you can still lose getting the 4th pick, the 5th pick. Football, I think, matters the most. Clearly, that's what it looks like the Giants were doing. A lot of those guys didn't play. There was no Dexter Lawrence today. Brian Burns and Thibodeau were the only ones playing on the outside. Offensively, a lot of guys sat out. They were down there their 4th quarterback. That definitely looked like tanking to me. Shedeur Sanders is on the clock for the Giants. And that's the only negative I think for the Ravens as well. What I can take is I don't know how much you learned from this game because that wasn't an NFL team like we saw today. That just wasn't. That just was, that's a UFL team that they were basically playing as well. So that's about, but they did handle business. Never in doubt, really. That was it. 35-14. Ravens totally effective the whole way in this one. Next week, now we're ready for the Squealers. Depending on the outcome of the Sunday night game, if the Eagles win, that game will be for first place in the North, AFC North. So that's huge. So the Ravens did what they had to do today, 35-14, winning in the Meadowlands in New Jersey today. Definitely check out our regular podcast this week on the Ravens Sports Podcast and Drive to the Top Productions. We'll be going ahead and airing that as well this week. So definitely Wednesday, we will go ahead and get that squared away for you guys. Thank you very much for watching the Ravens Sports Podcast. Instant reaction. You enjoy the rest of your day.